Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another stream. Wow, it's been a few weeks, but it's wonderful to be back. I'm might be streaming a little bit less time today than usual, just because my wrist is hurting a bit. I've been doing a lot of painting of an apartment the past few days, and my wrist was starting to hurt today, so I might not be streaming nearly as long as usual, but still want to have a good time. But yeah, today we're gonna be doing some Powerwash Simulator. Tomorrow is gonna be like TBA, depending on how I feel. But if I don't end up streaming tomorrow, I will be streaming the day after. If I end up streaming tomorrow, there's a chance I might be doing 2 days in a row, like afterwards. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Tears of the Kingdom as of late. I've made a decent amount of progress as I've posted on Twitter. It's been very fun. The main reason that I'm not really streaming it is just because I prefer to play handheld. And when I tried doing that Splatoon Splatfest stream, like a little while ago, it just felt really awkward and I could not play nearly as long as I'm used to on my Switch. So I figured, I figured that it might be better, I just play it for myself, honestly. In the future, there's a chance I may try and stream it, but I will decide that at a later time. I'll make sure to post about it both on the Discord server and also on Twitter. But yeah, let's jump straight on into Powerwash Simulator, and hopefully I do not rage again. Oh, that also reminds me. I still have to finish making a clip from the previous birthday stream from the little raging. Because I haven't had a chance to. This past week I was in Canada. So I just, like, time's flying. Hopefully this week I should be done with it, but it's that one's still TBA. Hopefully I'll be done with it soon. But yeah, as I was deciding before, we will jump straight on into Powerwash. Click. It's underneath career. Okay. Alright. Let's see which one to do next. I'll do the dirt bike. Start out with something that's not too bad. Starting up the job! Yeah, it's washer, switch nozzle. I think it's not too bad. It's E. I have not touched this since the last stream, so like I'm trying to remember what things were what. No, it's a nozzle. That's what I wanted. I wanted a different nozzle. Let's do 15. What was it to rotate? Oh, I can literally... Yo. It's just a one click. I don't have to keep holding it down. Oh, that makes my life so much easier. R? Yeah, it was R. Make this a little shorter so I can get closer. What am I missing? Oh, they're going. They're going. Radiator and engine. There we go. It's pretty good. Bam. I did it. Continue. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hello, Joel. Wow. I'm gonna do playground next. Hi. we do be cleaning. Let me start on over here. Oh. Oh, thank you for the sub. How's it going? It's going pretty well. We're gonna be moving or starting to move sometime soon. So streams are gonna be a little TBA in June. But I'm doing alright. We do be spritzing and spraying. Let's get it all clean. Ah, yes, manual layers. Yes, truly an art. Ah, yes, this is the life. Just spritzing and spraying, doing me a clean. Yes. The nomaning. Yes. The Nominator. For the first time this week. Ooh, how was it? What was it like? Give details. It's kind of crazy. What everywhere. Oh, I imagine. Just like misting in your face and everything. And like a little bit of recoil that I wasn't expecting. Ooh. No more waterproof boots. I still got water in my shoes. Oh, I can only imagine. Like, damn. There's been times, like, in rainstorms and stuff that I've worn, like, boots and stuff that are supposed to be waterproof. You still get things everywhere. Where ding? Why no? There we go. There's the ding. I actually held it too close to my back. Ah, yeesh. Fast water equals strong. Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%. No thoughts. Head empty. Kind of mesmerizing, but also yes, no, that's it empty. There should be a challenge where you have to clean the park and only exit. Oh god, that'd be so hard. Oh. Needs to be kind of opposite. Yes, yes, it is. Do you think? Yeah, yep. Ah!
Open up!
Spook at me. Oops, wrong button. There we go. This game needs music. Well, I could put up something from YouTube. It's just like there's not really an OST. Let's see. Let's see. What to put up? What to put up? Markiplier has a power washing song? Yo, when did that happen? Yo, I'm gonna do that. 1 hour edition. Yeah. Not even... Oh. No, wait. Oh, it's just a song that Markiplier used when he was doing Powerwash Sim. There we go. Yeah, and then I got it on loop. Hopefully it's a seamless loop, you know? Make it a little bit better. There we go. Tell a funny story. I don't really have funny stories. Oh, there we go. There's the thing. Actually, I need to make this a little bit lower for myself. There we go. Make my life a little bit easier for that. Yeah, I don't really have any funny stories. I mean, like, I got, like, some infuriating stuff I've dealt with, or annoying stuff, but not really funny that I could think of off the top of my head, that is. Like, when I say, like, annoying or frustrating, I'm like, one example I can think of is, like, for my graduation ceremony. They wanted us to be there, like, 2 hours prior to the ceremony. So, ceremony takes place at 9:30 in the morning. They want us there by 7:30, because they're like, hey, if you get there even earlier, it'll be great. And I'm like, okay, fine. We leave the house... Because, like, living about an hour by car away from where the ceremony takes place. We literally leave the house at, like, 6:15 in order to make it there on time. Security was not even there until 7:30, so I'm like, okay, well, what's the point of having me come here earlier? 7 a.m., that's when I go to sleep. Yeah, no, I had to force myself to try and go to bed. Or at least I started trying to go to bed the night before at around 10 p.m. And I just, like, could not. I think I got, like, 3 hours of sleep that night. It was not very cash money, in all honesty. Man, I high-key, like, just fully tapped out once I got home, though. But, you know, they wanted us there 2 hours in advance, and it takes an additional hour to drive to the place. So, like, you know, we get there a bit earlier than 7:30 in the a.m. because we left a bit earlier than thought. There's no security there until 7:30 on the dot, so I'm like, okay, why am I waiting here? And then literally once I'm fully checked in through security, I'm the first person there for my degree program, waiting there doing nothing for a whole hour and a half. And I'm like, what was the point of having me come early? Hell, I couldn't even, like, pick up my graduation tickets for guests on the day of. It had to be in advance, so they forced me to still come down to my campus prior to the graduation ceremony, even though the graduation robes could be mailed. I'm like, okay, I had the graduation robes mailed to me. I can get the tickets mailed, right? Right? No. You were able to pick up those tickets up until the day before, nothing on the day of, even though you had to request the amount of tickets that you wanted in advance. So I'm like, what was the point? I'm gonna say someone's gotta say it, so I'm gonna say it. It's pretty cringe. Yeah, no, I agree. But my university tends to be fucking king of inconveniences. Used to work for the IT department on my campus, and no one communicated with each other. It was surely a time. Just asked them to mail the diploma. I mean, the diploma was already mailed. I finished, like, in December. But the walking ceremony only took place in May. So if you wanted to, like, actually walk through the ceremony, you had to wait half a year. Like me. I really don't get why they don't have an additional ceremony, like a small one in, like, December or January for people who graduated in the winter. But, you know, it makes a little bit more sense to me. Like, you have a small ceremony in the winter just so you don't have nearly as many people in May. And, like, you just host it on your campus so you don't have to deal with any, like, rental fees or whatever. Apparently, my graduating, like, class for the walking ceremony had our first one at, like, an actual stadium instead of on the actual college campus, and I'm like, why? What's with all of this, like, hassle? Just host it on campus. What is this bull? Oh, I could give some IT stories. Those are also fairly, not as funny, but, annoying to deal with. Alright. One of my, coworkers had to deal with someone, at one point during the summer who, like, you know, called in being like, hey, the printer's not working, can you help me? The dude goes, yeah, sure. What's up? The person's like, hey, I'm putting in, you know, a document to print. It's not printing through, what should I do? This person asks, what's the document? You know, it's just out of curiosity. Take a guess. Take a guess on what this document was and why it would not print. Because, you know, little tip. The printers were not broken. They were working perfectly fine. Birth certificate? No! It was, in fact, a 500-page textbook. Why were they trying to print a 500-page textbook? Apparently, they wanted to give a physical copy of it to their colleague. So this dude goes, why don't you send the PDF to your colleague? You know, like a normal person. Person's like, no, it's gotta be physical. So my coworker goes, okay, why don't you try printing it in batches? Because the printers can't handle a load of 500 damn pages. Person goes, I don't want to do that. That's too much work. And it's just like, just immediate standstill. So that's one. That's one little story for you. Physical book. 8 comments to the right. That's one little IT story. There was one time that I was working during the summer, and I got a call from an alumni who was saying like, hey, I don't really have access to my student account anymore, and I have it set up for this other like important website. I don't even remember the website. This was like maybe 3 years ago by this point that I had this phone call. And I'm like, okay, when was the last time you signed into the account? And like, you know, did stuff on it, because once someone becomes an alumni, after a certain period of time of it not being used, it basically, like, it just no longer exists. They basically delete it, to my understanding. And this person, take a gander at how long they had been an alumni and how long it had been since they used their account. Take a guess. Actually, no, not 30. 13. 13 years. They had been an alumni for 13 years. They had not touched the actual account for at least 10. And apparently they had some government website signed up for with their student account. And they're like, hey, I need access to this. And I'm like, let me ask my supervisor, because I don't know how to resolve this. And for some reason, this person thought I was laughing at them on the phone, and I'm like, man, I'm not laughing at you. Please. You know, that's also something I dealt with during the summer. Surprisingly, you also deal with, like, so how did it get rediscovered, if it did? I would've... Well, I mean, like, we were kind of, like, I was kind of sharing it in real time with some coworkers, and we were kind of snickering, and I, like, made sure to, like, fully do a deep breath before resuming talking with this client. I thought I hit it well. I guess I didn't. But, apparently they just, like, put in a request, I think, with admin, and they reinstated it for, like, a short period of time, and just kind of told this person, like, hey, whatever kind of websites and stuff you have set up with this, you should seriously consider transferring it to an email that you own, because this will get deleted again after so-and-so date. Yeah, they basically just reinstated it for a short period of time. But, you know, surprisingly, there's also, like, dealing with parents who are calling on their grown, college-aged kid for things like their account being locked out, because I may have used it to sign up for something. But yeah, no, like, there's too many instances where, like, a parent will call on their kid's behalf also for things like a lockout issue, or, like, we need their account, like, in real time to solve the issue and troubleshoot with the student so they know what the hell they're doing. And it's like, we can't really do much because the parent doesn't really have authorization to their account. Has the parent ever asked you to hack into the mainframe and change their grades? No, but there was one time there was a call where a parent called in thinking that their kid's, like, TV was hacked through the Wi-Fi. Because their, like, Disney Plus was being used by something else, but the student actually just never signed out of their, like, community TV. So one of their, like, ex-roommates literally just took their account. I'm not even shitting you with that one. A parent called thinking that their streaming account was hacked through Wi-Fi. That's a fun one. You know, something that's not really possible. That's believable. I've seen it on this guy. Oh man, what else? What's another tale from tech support that I could think of? There was an instance where I had to do an on-site where a person, like, called in, like, first thing in the morning saying that their computer wasn't turning on. I'm like, oh, did you make sure the power button's on, the monitor's on? And they go, Tales from Tech Support should be a recurring segment. I mean, like, I have limited Tales from Tech support because I don't currently work there anymore. If I started working in tech again, then I would have significantly more tales. There's only a few, like, highlights that I could think of off the top of my head. But yeah, there was one time I had to do an on-site, which means, like, they called in, I have to go physically there in person to help the person. So, for this on-site, they're like, hey, my computer's not turning on, and I'm like, okay, did you turn on the power button? Did you make sure, like, the lights are showing? Did you make sure the monitor's on? I even describe what, like, the box for the computer is supposed to look like, because it's not like a typical computer. Oh man, what were they fucking called? It's kind of like having a remote, like, session of Windows. Oh, virtual machine. Or no, not virtual machine. Something similar to a virtual machine, but it's like, you have the OS hosted on a server, and then it's able to duplicate itself onto local instances of it. I'm just blanking on the term for it because it's been a long time. Like a VM, kind of, yeah. Like, more or less, and, like, people are allocated a certain amount of space to save things on it. But it's all, like, hosted on a specific server for the school. So, like, I end up going down there. It's literally, like, well, like, 2 hallways down, I want to say. I go there. Their monitor was off. Like, it showed red. And the actual box for the, like, you know, computer instances, fully off, even though I described it and walked the person through over the phone. Dude asked me, oh, how'd you fix it? And I just kind of went, I turned it on. And the dude just, like, awkwardly became silent. You know, like, this was actually, like, a younger dude, too. I want to say maybe he was, like, in his 30s. There's also been instances... Oh, man, oh, man. There was an instance where I got a call from a person that's, like, known by name as, like, a problem person. Like, the person basically repeatedly calls in for non-issues. And I had to deal with this person for, like, an hour or so because she wanted to do a problematic individual. She wanted to, like, send out, like, some kind of message on, like, a different thing that's not really... It's like being phased out, to my knowledge. And she wanted to do it, like, one specific way that, like, she knows how to do it. And I'm like, okay, let's try it. Let me try it like a technological boomer, if you will. But, like, with her... I literally, like, am, like, trying to walk her through it because I'm, like, not familiar with the website that she's using because, like, I did not have training on this website. So I'm like, okay, let's, like, try and work it out together. Like, I'll be with you every step of the way. You know, just, like, a little emotional support. If she doesn't figure out something, I'll figure something out. You know, just something on the fly. And I come to find out from a person higher up than me that that process has been long phased out. She keeps calling about being able to do it, and she keeps having to be told and sent, like, an article on how to do the new method. She was definitely on... But, you know, this person was, like, tenured and stuff, so it's like, you know, isn't gonna be going anywhere. But, like, apparently she's been, like, sent how to do the the new process for a while. It had been changed for more than a year. And she just refused to want to do the new process. Like, oh, this process worked before, why do I have to change it? You know, maybe, just maybe, because the old process will not work anymore, no matter what you do. Oh, were they over... Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were over 80, but, like, they weren't a professor. She wasn't a professor, to my knowledge. If she was, man, feels bad. I mean, like, there's also, like, kind of, you know, speaks bad for my school, but, like, you have even, like, older comp sci, professors that are there, even, like, now, that just don't know how to use some of the newer UI. for the changes and things like we moved from like Web Advisor to just purely Blackboard and another system that's significantly easier to use to register for courses, and they just like do not want to sit down and learn how to use some of it. They just keep calling the tech support help desk on how to do it, and I'm like, dude, you're a CS professor, just figure it out. Like, I could understand if it was something, like, complex, but no, it was for, like, the simplest shit. Like, how do I open so-and-so class? And it's literally, it's a button. Get with the times, Grandpa. Come on, give me the little ding. Come on. That. Man, what's another thing I could think of? I think there's, like, been, like, one instance of, like, working during the summer that was just, like, really off-putting and kind of a prejudice. Like there was one summer, basically like beginning of summer, ending of the spring semester, where I had a coworker who was like helping this person with their like Mac, and this dude additionally worked at an Apple store. So this dude, you know, he knows his shit. And the person who he was helping got like really pissed that it was taking him a while, and literally was like yelled loud enough where our actual higher ups for the little area actually walked out of their offices because the person was yelling, saying that they wanted the stuff fixed now, and they wanted like a quote unquote better worker from the back to fix it. And like the supervisor's like, this guy knows what he's doing. Just let him do the thing. Like, visibly Hispanic coworker, like, who was getting berated for quote-unquote not knowing what he's doing. You know, worked IT help desk and literally worked in an Apple store and was working on an Apple product. Dude. Should've let him go. I mean, like, he resumed working on it once the one of the supervisor people literally was like, listen, he knows what he's doing, like, let him work on the thing. Because, like, you know, once the supervisor came out and kind of just said it as it was, the person, like, just stopped, like, loudly complaining about it. But it literally, it made the entire room basically turn their heads. Because, like, you know, you don't do that shit, man. Tech problems are not instant. What's another one? What is another one I can think of? Oh, like, another thing is that for some reason, there's like a person in this other department who consistently calls in about printer issues. It's always this department. It's always the same printer issue. And it's a really easy fix. But instead of, like, figuring out the, like, 2-button fix, they just consistently call to have somebody come up there and fix it. Sometimes it's a whereas common decency gone. It's more so it was never there. It's more so people don't care. And it's like, dude, you like... Oh, let me... okay, but printers are kind of bitches, though. Not gonna allow... I mean, it was like somewhat updated printer. Like, I could understand having us come down to, like, replace, like, the toner and stuff. Or, like, to replace the actual ink. But it was, like, a simple, like, 1-2-button fix. The same thing every single time. Like, I could get if it was like, oh, hey, my computer's not connecting to the printer no matter what I do, and they actually tried, like, a little bit of troubleshooting before they called, you know? But also, like, I guess, like, you know, IT jobs wouldn't exist if people actually did that. Yeah, there's been so many times from, like, when I was working there as, like, a student worker, because, you know, it was part-time. I was still a student. I was not, like, full-on faculty. I was not registered as full-on faculty. There's been too many instances where people thought I was full-on faculty, and I'm just like, no, I'm a student. Sometimes I know just as much as you do about this shit. In my experience, printers can smell fear and will 99% of the time jam when something due soon. It do be like that. I surprisingly have only dealt with like 2 printer jams. All the other like printer related things were just like a simple button press. At least those are like the main stories I can think of off the top of my head. As they come to me, I will share. Oh, at one point, I just remembered another thing. At one point, we had someone who was like working there part-time with like this camp during the summers, because like during the summers there's like this little camp thing that ends up like hosting itself in the university. And literally one of the people there just like basically was like the most Karen of Karen people to deal with. And everyone dreaded hearing her name on the phone. I swear, I'm not even joking, her name literally was the same as a Disney villain. I'm not even joking, like, her legal first name was literally Ursula. I'm not even joking. Well, like, she acted like she was top shit. And anytime I or somebody else got a phone call with her, we were just like, oh god, it's her again. Well, what is it now? What is it this time? And then, like, apparently she became full-time after a while. I'm like, no, why is she, like, a permanent addition? Oh, satisfying. Oh, hello, Falcone. You worked in the same place. I'm giving the stories that pop up in my head from, Tales from Tech Support. Just, you know, kind of like, as they pop up. Who names their kid Ursula? Oh, which one did I walk in on? Well, I kind of just recounted some of the fact that, I'm pretty sure her name was Ursula, that, like, for some of the summers that she was a pain in the ass to deal with as a whole. I also went over the, printer situations for the biology department. There was also the 500-page, textbook story. Like, trying to print that instead of, you know, sending the colleague that this person wanted to give it to the PDF of the thing. I'm just kind of like saying them as they... Oh yeah, those... Yep. I'm kind of just saying them as they like pop into my head, in all honesty. Oh, and then I also said the funniest story I remember is someone came up to me with an ice cream cart and asked why it didn't work. Oh my god. Yo, that was new to me. Like, I also shared how, like, I got a phone call at one point where a person's, like, parent called in thinking that, like, their Disney Plus and, like, their streaming services were hacked via Wi-Fi, when in actuality, like, the person just did not sign out of their smart TV. I think the person was living in the Ridge. I just, Oh, that's great. Man, Tales from Tech Support really do be a time. Also, certain CS professor asked me if I could clean out the PS3 controllers from... What? Like, dude, clean it out yourself, if anything. Like, we were not authorized to open things unless you were like a level 2 or something. I think you know which one I'm talking about too. I'm fairly certain. You know, those motherfuckers have like 10 years of skin cells in the— yeah! High key. It's like, you clean it yourself, man. I don't want to touch this. Oh, luckily I haven't had to deal with any of these, but apparently there have been some computers that have been returned that are like loaners that literally are just caked in spum. And I'm like, dude, clean that shit up yourself. Don't give it to the IT people. Why would you do that? Caked in what? Yes, you heard me. You know, the secret sauce. I wish I were joking. No, yes, Sway Man. I heard about one more recently from a friend who like works there as a level 2 now. And I'm like, dude, why did they give this to you? Why didn't they clean this shit? I heard the recent story from yep. It feels so bad. I don't believe there's no way coming out of it. Joe, unfortunately, you know it to be true. You know it in your heart to be true. It's just like, you know, like, you know, sure. Do the thing. Why not? I don't care. Just clean up after yourself. God. Don't make other people clean up your shit. Student has to control their aim. I mean, like, even without controlling your aim, you could put, like, some paper towels or something down first. What a fascinating insight into the human condition and depravity of man. Thanks, guys, for your service on it. Maybe they should place the Powerwash Simulator. Maybe they should turn to aimbot on. Yeah, these are all excellent suggestions, guys. Oh, but moving away from Tales from Tech Support because I'm blanking on more stories to tell. I feel like the COVID pandemic has made people no longer be house trained. Here's a slightly humorous story of going to the movies after the main stuff with the pandemic. All right, I go with a special someone to see John Wick 4 opening weekend. We see it IMAX. All right. We're like, in the back, so we get the best view. I personally prefer the back seats because I'm able to see everything without it just like me like hurting my neck or whatever. There's a dude like a few seats down from me to the right. And like, I want to say halfway through the movie, dude's fully passed out, snoring loud as hell. I hear it. I look around the theater. People in the row in front of us hear it. People all the way at the opposite side of the row hear it. And like, I make eye contact at one point with the dude all the way to the right side of this row, right? And the dude, like, we both like shrug at each other. Dude kind of motions to offer to start throwing popcorn at this man who's passed the fuck out. Oh, thank you, game. I don't need that one. And literally, dude like sleeps through, I want to say at least like from 25% of the movie to about 75% of the movie. Dude's passed out cold. I visibly see other people literally like rolling their eyes and like, are you serious? Nah, dude wasn't really wasted, I don't think. Because the moment he woke up, he went straight on his phone. I'm not even shitting you. I see the light from his phone as he's checking his notifications and everything. And I'm like, dude, You're in a theater! Petition to add a caked laptop level to this game. No! Oh, that's so cursed. Oh my god, that's so cursed. But yeah, like, dude immediately goes on his phone for, like, the next 10% of the movie, probably. And then he passes out again! And I'm like, dude! Why did you come to an IMAX movie? And then by the time the credits were rolling, the dude was fully awake and, like, left the theater properly. Walking normal and everything. And I'm like, dude, why did you... What was the point of you being... Let me guess, his phone was max bright. Yes, it was. It was so distracting. I will say, though, for John Wick 4, like, the actual sound mixing on it was kind of bad to the point where, like, it actually hurt my ears. Like, I've seen a good amount of IMAX movies over the years. This was the loudest I've ever heard the booms and stuff on my eardrums. I actually had to put in, like, my noise-reducing earplugs because of how loud it was. Again, like, I've seen my fair share of IMAX. IMAX is always way loud. I don't like it. Yeah, no, I like it as an on-occasion thing just because of, like, how huge the screen is. And you can really, like, see it well. You know, it's just, like, as an on-occasion treat, but this was literally the worst the sound mixing has been. I saw it again with my dad, like, in Dolby at, like a theater that was a bit closer to where I am, and the sound mixing was still bad. Like, it was still really loud in Dolby. It's why I say, like, it's the movie itself was just really loud for it. But I will say, though, like, ultimately for the movie, for me being able to actually watch it, besides the distractions, it was actually a pretty good movie. I thought it was, like, a satisfying kind of, like, end to it, and I'm kind of excited to see, like, the next film that they end up coming out with. Because I'm pretty sure it's a prequel that they're doing. I think that's what I've heard. Yeah, I'm down for it. I vibe. Did you hear about this guy who lost his entire left side in a freak power washing accident? What? Like, genuine? Or is this joke? He's alright now. Ah! I get it. Haha, funny joke. Oh, let me actually pull up a thing. No, this one again? I really did leave an imprint, huh? Oh, but yeah, this season of anime, I've been keeping up with a good amount of stuff, just like last season. Why do I do this to myself? You may be wondering. I don't even know myself. There's definitely some better ones that I've been seeing. I think your book needs another page. Hood classic. Certified hood classic. Oh, but yeah, like, I'm watching way too much anime this season. I'm, like, already, like, more than a week behind because of me being out of the country for a week. But how many Italian falcons does it take to screw in a light bulb? How many? Just one. He holds the light bulb in place and the world revolves. Oh. Oh no. What is that about? Cap. Oof. Yeah, the anime I've been somewhat keeping up with are the following. Let's go name some anime. We got Vinland Saga Season 2. That one's been pretty good. It's a shame that it's coming to an end, because I'm pretty sure that is a 24-episode anime. It's currently, this upcoming Monday should be episode 22 of 24, I'm fairly certain. We also got some slightly trashier anime on here. Like, here's a summary title. I got a cheat skill in another world, became unrivaled in real life too. That one's been a little bit trashier, but I'm mainly sticking out for it because I want to see the main character gain confidence. That's the only reason for me watching that, and nothing else. We got Oshi no Ko. That one's been pretty good. I gotta watch the episode from today for that one. Be good. I will say that there are some, like, absolute trigger warnings people should be aware of for it prior to going in. For example, I've been watching Boruto. Man. You know, I did at one point try picking up Naruto, but I ended up deciding not to really watch it because it was over 300 episodes at the time. And I just, like, I literally, younger me went, yeah, no, this is too long. The longest I've been watching is, like, 100-something episodes outside of, like, Bleach. And even Bleach I end up dropping. Apparently where I end up dropping Bleach was right at the end of a filler arc. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't know if I'm ever gonna pick it back up, but thank you for telling me. Like, I think I was watching it, like, through Toonami. Yes, but like 70% is filler, so it's not terrible. I don't know. Alright, what else have I been watching? I've also been watching Too Cute Crisis. I'm very behind on that one this season. It's basically an alien race ends up coming to Earth to determine if it has any redeeming qualities before they annihilate it. They go to Earth, and cats. Just cats. Literally, I think the first Boruto episode is like, oh man, that's bad. That's really bad. What entices you to continue watching it? Fight scenes give me a little dopamine, and I'm a fiend for the dopamine. Alright, valid. What else have I been watching? I've also been watching Magical Destroyers, and I've been debating dropping it because it's been very repetitious without really moving along. Like, it's basically... It's like the oddball that I was watching for the season. Like, essentially, the government outlaws otakus of any kind and literally arrests them and puts them into, like, camps and shit. But you are following basically the rebellion led by a character named Otaku Hero with the help of, like, 3 magical girls. But it just keeps pulling the same tropes and everything every episode, and it's getting a little stale. So I'm debating dropping it because it's just very repetitious. I will say though, the opening, like, is actually really good, in my opinion. I really like the video and song for it, but the actual content of the show, it's getting stale for me. Just because, you know, it's not really making a ton of progress in the storyline that it's trying to put out. And it both wants to take itself seriously and not at the same time. So it's just, it's weird. Would I recommend it to someone? It's a big maybe. I would say, like, it's more so something you probably watch if you're, like, out of shows. There's also, Mashal, Magic and Muscles. That one is a very fun one. I do recommend that one. It's basically, reverse Harry Potter, but the dude is all bronze and no brain. It's been very entertaining. I do recommend that one. That one I've actually been waiting for a while for the anime adaptation. Like a few years. So once I heard about it, that it was getting an anime adaptation, I was really excited. Like that one has been on my list for a while, like once I heard about it. Let's see. We also have Hell's Paradise and Heavenly Delusion. Both of those have been absolutely excellent. With Heavenly Delusion, I'm extremely curious to see how both storylines we've been following with the school and then also the two protagonists. I want to see like how they're going to intertwine at some point. Because so far they seem like two very separate stories, and I want to see how they'll connect, ultimately. That one is like, I was originally on the fence about starting it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a chance, and it ends up being really great, surprisingly. Hell's Paradise, I know, is being super hyped up right now, but it's actually genuinely has been really good. That one I recommend. And you know, the protagonist for Hell's Paradise has a surprisingly wholesome motivation to get through everything. You find out basically by the end of episode 1, though, so if people don't want to know it, I will not say. What's it called again? Yeah, Hell's Paradise. Surprisingly wholesome motivation from the protag for a very violent anime. It's like that, and then also, Heavenly Delusion's also pretty good. Same with Mashal. I could type them out if you like. We love oxymoronic titles. Yep. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, with Hell's Paradise, it's pretty violent, fairly gory. But that one, it's been very good. It's been very good so far. That one, I'm like 1 episode behind. If I make this weekend pass, then I'll be 2. Besides that, there's also A Galaxy Next Door. That one I have to continue. I've only seen the first 2 episodes. It's an interesting romance anime. Oh god. I've been quacked at. The next one on my list of things I'm keeping up with, I have 3 more titles. I've been trying to keep up with a lot of titles this season, just like last season. We also have My Home Hero. It's kind of like the mystery thriller of the season. And, Codename Codes Kids Next Door is a good but yeah, for, My Home Hero, essentially, dude's trying to get away with murder, for someone who was a part of basically a crime syndicate. And he's been on thin ice, like, the entire anime. the murder stuff happens in episode 1, so it's not too much of a spoiler. Especially, like, you get to see the method. I've also been keeping up with the Demon Slayer Swordsmith village arc. I'm like 1 episode behind, but that's another one, you know, for the mainstream stuff. And then the last one I've been keeping up with that I'm also a little bit more behind on is Blue Orchestra. When it originally started airing, it was like April, so all of the comments on forums and stuff were like, classical anime, trauma, April release? This doesn't feel right, because like everyone's seen, you know, like Your Lie in April. But so far the vibe I get from it is Your Lie in April, but good ending. Have you ever seen Code Geass? Or Geese? My best friend's trying to get... It's pretty good. I do recommend it. I saw it a good handful of years ago. It's probably been at least like 8 years since I've seen it. It's a good one. I do recommend seeing it. Like, high-key, I've watched so much anime over the years. Oh. Like, I've seen over 300 titles at this point. Good mixture of trash and, like, actual good anime. So, like, I've basically been watching for, like, more than a decade for actual anime stuff. Or more so, like, more seriously watching anime. Do you ever read manga? Yes. I don't read as much manga as I do for watching anime, but I do indeed read manga. Like, I have some stuff on my shelf. You know, for depressive shits and giggles, I started up Goodnight Poon Poon, and man, it really does hold up to the reputation. It is truly depressing. I did read the Bad End Night manga adaptation. I got that at like a discount. I've read the first 5 volumes of the manhwa Solo Leveling. I have the first 5 volumes of Kino's Journey. I gotta finish reading Delicious in Dungeon, and I'm really excited for the anime adaptation that's coming out for it. There's Witch Hat Atelier, however you say it. Let's see what else I got here. The Girl from the Other Side, Children of the Whales. I liked the manga more than the anime adaptation, so I dropped the anime adaptation, just continued with the manga. Beauty and the Beast Girl. My Next Life as the Villainess, all Roots Lead to Doom. She Loves to Cook, She Loves to Eat is really wholesome, adorable. There's also I'm in Love with the Villainess, Witch and Wizard, the manga adaptation. There's also a lot of stuff online that I have. I also have a fair amount of Junji Ito. Have you learned Japanese through the subs yet? I've learned like some common phrases, but at one point I did try taking Japanese lessons, and then I kind of like got really busy, so all of my Japanese is very, very rusty. But for the Junji Ito, alright, here we go. We got Gyo, Uzumaki, Smash, Shiver, Deserter, Venus in the Blind. What was this? I cannot read this from the side. Fragments of Horror. Remilia. We also got the Liminal Zone. And then there was one that was picked up more recently while we were in Canada. I just gotta... Let me pick it up real quick. Ooh. On the opposite side. Censored. That one. I'm walking back. Ah, shit. What fell? The most recent one we picked up was Censor. I have to read that one still. Absolutely love Junji Ito's works. I hate all the anime adaptations that have come out so far. because all of them just do not do the works justice. Like, I even tried watching Netflix's most recent anime adaptation for Junji Ito's works, and it was just not good. I am looking forward to the Uzumaki anime adaptation, because it actually, like, from the trailer, looks like it holds the integrity of all the black and white. And actually, like, keeps the visual integrity. So I am looking forward to that. Like, there was a trailer that came out maybe last year. It just, that actually looks fantastic, and that actually looks promising. The Spiral. Oh, and then also, like, at some point I gotta, like, finish reading JoJo Part 7. Like, I got up to the Scary Monsters, like, finishing the Scary Monsters arc in Part 7, and I just have not had a chance to, like, go back and finish it. Like, everything else in Part 7. Especially now, like, that Part 9 is out and has been releasing chapters. I'm like, oh shit, I'm really behind. But also, to be fair, like, I did not feel motivated to finish Part 6 and go into Part 7 until Part 6, like, had an anime announcement, and I'm like, oh shit, let me, like, read ahead. But, you know, we'll see. I'm hoping that Part 7 gets animated, ultimately, because, like, it's actually been very, very fun.
Nice!
Actually, I have a folder with, like, links to stuff. Or, like, my manga, like, keeping track online. I also have stuff on my phone. I've been reading The Promised Neverland, because you know, Season 2 doesn't exist. So, that one I've been reading on and off, like, for when I have to travel. There's the Deep Gray Man manga, which I'm a few chapters behind on. But it's like, chapters release so slowly, I'm not in a rush to, you know, read them. Like, oh man, I've had to, like, I've read it over and over and over and over again. Because the chapters release really slowly. Like, I get why, but man, I wish it was a little faster. There's Blue Exorcist, Black Butler, I finished a while ago. Noragami, Blood Lad, Beastars. My Hero, I've been, like, on-off reading. Made in Abyss, I've been, like, keeping up with for the most part, and it's just, man, it really... Man. There is the Promised Neverland, Land of the Lustrous, I picked up not too long ago that I gotta continue. Chainsaw Man, I have read through all of the first act, and I'm a bit behind on Act 2, that is currently in progress. And then there's also, like, Beauty and the Beast Girl, but, like, longer. Because the manga volume that I have of Beauty and the Beast Girl, it was apparently changed a little bit to be a one-off, when in actuality that comic goes significantly further. And apparently it's more sexual than what the one-off was. I'm like, oh, this is wholesome like, woman-loving woman romance. And then it's like, apparently the actual, like, incomplete comic was just significantly more sexual. I'm like, oh, it was not like this in the novel I picked up. My college friend liked it, but I saw furry anthropomorphic animals and got spooked. I mean, I was like that at first, and then I actually gave it a try, and with Beastars, it was actually really entertaining. Promised Neverland is a great anime. It's a bit short at season 1, but I'm glad there's just season 1 versus a bad second season. I know, right? I do recommend picking up the manga, you know, after season 1, because it's actually really good. I think the most recent thing I finished was everything with the Goldie Pond area, and the hunting grounds. So now it's like moving past that for where I left off. Now, the fact that, like, I was anime only, and I had to go to the manga because of a, you know, totally non-existent season 2. Man, crazy. Freaking PowerPoint slideshow for like 5 minutes on the last episode. Fat L's. Oh, I almost have all the floor done. I was like, oh, did I just finish all the floor? No. I'm very close to finishing all the floor, though. Oh, but yeah, for the manhwa solo leveling, I saw that Volume 6 came out, and so I gotta, like, for the, you know, actual graphic novel version, not just the visual novel version. I gotta pick that up at some point. I'm trying to, like, financially support it. Though I could very easily, like, read it online. I want to, like, physically hold it in my hands. I will say, though, I'm a bit concerned for the anime adaptation for Solo Leveling that was announced, because they apparently changed the location and the nationality of the protagonist from Korean to Japanese, and I'm like, why? Apparently they're also changing, like, all of the names as well. So I'm just like, why? On a more... what is anime? That's what she... Yeah, no, like, I'm a bit concerned for the solo leveling anime just based on the changes that they stated. Because I would much rather it just be a faithful adaptation and, like, seeing it with motion. But, you know, I'll give it a chance at the very least once it comes out. I forgot for a second there that there's literally a button to make it spray automatically. I don't have to keep pressing it down with my fingers. Yeah, for Oshinoko, it's actually been fantastic. I'd say, like, the biggest things are, like, that are trigger warnings that should be, like, notified, like, in advance if someone were to be recommended is, like, the themes of bullying and suicide from the most recent 2 episodes. Besides the one that was released today, it was, like, episodes, like, 6 and 7. Like, suicidal ideation, suicide attempt, and then, like, bullying, and or, like, cyberbullying specifically. Wait, I have a serious question. Sure. Let me also close out of this, because I don't need that up anymore. Have you ever had to help someone with regards to cyberbullying when you did IT? Not when I did IT. In my own, like, personal time, I have helped, like, or, like, been there as, like, an outlet for people to vent. And I've also utilized other people to allow me to vent as well. But I haven't really dealt with anything cyberbullying related when working IT. Getcha. Yee. Oh my god, it froze. Oh god. Oh, I got scared for a second. Yeah, same, nothing corporate dispersed. Yee. Oh man, look at that floor. Ah, beautiful. Park floor goes crazy. I jump rope there. Hell yeah! Let's go! Oh, my hand's falling asleep. Whew. wrong button. I once played a game where I built submarines using the little studs to attach the walls together. The gameplay was riveting. Ah! Yo, this person looks like a friend. Just sleepy. I will clean. This person looks like a friend. Powerwash Sim in the eye. I gotta get him clean. I'm giving friend a bath. It's covered in fossil fuels. Oh no. Covered in the corpses of its brethren. What a sad fate to have. It's truly a circle of life. That it is. That it is. Giving this big boy a bath. we do be making the good progress. There we go. Stegoside has been cleaned. Yes. Oops. Yeah, I'm... There we go. We do be... I gotta say the music was a good idea. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I can agree. What? What spots am I missing? There we go. caught in dirt. Little smiley face. Little schnoz. And now he dies. And now that smiley face is dead. Fine. He lives on. At least temporarily. Lives on at least for a little longer, but in a different spot. It's his cousin, Smiley, too. Always in our hearts. Oh, my fingers feel weird. Smiley's still going strong. Yeah. Ugh. Oof. Okay, this part of the floor. Now all the floor is done. Long ass level for real, for real. Oof. Mm. I might need to stop the stream here. My wrist and hand are actually really hurting. All of the painting stuff that I've been doing as of late is kind of just pulling its toll, and it started hurting earlier today, and then I kind of took a break, and yeah. It do be hurty. I'm sorry I can't finish the level. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep. Good night, and much love. Have a good night. Yeah, thank you all so much for joining in. I'll very likely be streaming again tomorrow, but I'll decide on the day of, depending on how my hand and stuff is feeling. But yeah, hope you all have a good one. Hope you all had a wonderful time in stream, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!